What's up? Welcome back. Do you guys remember this thing? Do you remember how I was going to do a 12 Days of Christmas featuring Dollar General items? Not doing that. I'm over it. I got a comment from a viewer who had one of these, and he asked me what size the speaker was because he had aspirations of changing the speaker to make it sound better. And I told him, it's a 4-inch woofer and all that. But the thing with this is it's kind of limited to its enclosure. So that got me to thinking, what if we just hook this up to some external speakers that are already in enclosures? Maybe something like the JBL Norridge N24'S. I have a pair of those. Wait, actually, I have 2 pairs. Now these are 8 ohm speakers, which if we wire them up in parallel and hook them up together, that will give us 4 ohms. I do have the Pioneers that are 6 ohms, and if I wire them parallel, it'll drop down to 3 ohms, which is what this speaker is. It would be more correct, but I don't want to hook those Pioneers up to this. And I have extra of these, so. But what I go to is a straight honey hole. But yeah, so this was 5 watts of power at 3 ohms. If we bump it up to 4 ohms, it's going to be a little bit quieter, but I think it's going to sound better. If you haven't seen my video on this, I'll go ahead and put it up there so you guys can check it out if you want. But I'm going to go ahead and do a before and after, so you don't necessarily have to go back and watch it. You can, I would recommend it, but. So yeah, we'll go ahead, give another listen to it real short. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this back off and get to the speaker lead and try to figure out some way to mangle all this together. Well, all right, so I started to take this thing apart and I completely forgot that I was going to do another little demo of it with this speaker in there. So I went ahead and we got Amazer Lazer on for redundancy, and let's check out how it sounds. This is kind of at like more towards a minute in, so it should be a little bit more bass. Amazer Lazer. Okay, so that's exactly how I remember it sounding. Not horrible, but lackluster for sure. So what I did is I got this little speaker terminal hooked up to where I can go ahead and hook that up to the lead coming from the amplifier on there. And I'm going to hook it up to 2 of the JBL Norridge N24'S, which will take the ohms from 8 and drop them down to 4. Now this amplifier is rated for 3 ohms, but a 4 ohm load will actually, be a little easier on it, and I think it'll be all right. I definitely think that the JBLs are going to sound better, but stick around and let's find out. All right, so here's what I got. So I basically just hooked up the wires coming from the amp to this terminal, and then I got them going off to each of the speakers. Doesn't look very good, but hey, they're hooked up. So I have a Amazer Lazer set to about the same spot, so let's hear how it sounds. Wow. So, wow, man, it sounds so much better. A little bit quieter, but that's to be expected because it's a little bit higher impedance for the speakers. But yeah, all in all, I definitely think that this confirms that if you change that speaker in there, I'm sure it's going to sound a lot better. I don't really think the bass is going to get any better because of the enclosure, but definitely maybe throw some polyfill in there if you plan on changing that speaker. But I really did not expect it to sound as good as it did. I mean, it's not going to blow the walls down or anything, but definitely sounded pretty good and had a pretty decent amount of bass. But I mean, these JBLs sound great too, so Mike could just chalk it up to that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this stuff, or if you like automotive things or everything in between, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, all that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Oh, won't you subscribe to Bone Cap every day? Yeah.